Good evening, my friends, and welcome back. It's 2026, which means a whole new set of stuff to talk about. It is I, JT, and this is Avenger Pretenders. I've got the Geek Sully along with me tonight. We got a couple of different things we're doing. We're going to be doing a preview of Wonder Man. We're going to talk about what's going on in the MCU universe. And maybe even talk a little bit about the movie The Eternals. So do me a favor, grab whatever it is you want to drink, something to munch on, strap yourself in tightly to that beanbag chair, sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Sully, it's all you.
Oh, I thank you. Turns out my intro song didn't start the way it was supposed to.
I hate it when that happens.
I don't know why. I don't have high hopes for tomorrow.
That's not good.
It's not good at all, my friend. Not good at all. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Avenger Pretenders. For those that don't know, we do a new weekly podcast when it comes to Marvel Cinematic Universe, as well as Star Wars with two Ewoks in the park. This edition, obviously, is Avenger Pretenders, which you'll be able to download right from Spotify right after the show is available. So make sure you go and check it out and download it and be brought up to speed on all the geekery and nerd stuff when it comes to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And as JT mentioned this week, it's a preliminary show. It's a preliminary show. That's what I like to call it, because our main focus is going to be Wonder Man. Wonder Man comes out tomorrow, right? I believe it's tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
And
all 8 episodes.
All 8 episodes are coming out tomorrow. Yikes. Obviously, we're not going to be able to talk about all 8 episodes tomorrow. However, we will be able to, do one a week, which will be great. At least in my opinion. So
at least one a week, depending on how long the episodes are and which format we decide to go with.
Yes, we might be able to do 2.
If we go with the detailed, it'd probably only be one a week. But if we go with the overview,
overview seems to be working out pretty well to our advantage when it comes to the multiple episodes all at once.
Well, that, and also a lot of it depends on what we've got coming up, but we're going to get into that later on tonight as well.
Yes, absolutely. And before we go into Wonder Man, we need to bring people up to speed. And what I mean by that is, there really have not been a lot of TV shows and movies over the last year. And I know this because JT and I were exhausted by the time September came around. Because we went from so many different Marvel shows and Star Wars back to back at the same time, multiple shows all at once, that when we finally got a break and we went, oh, thank God.
We're done for the year.
We're done. Yay. Because it was just so much back to back. Yeah. Now, with that being said, where are we with the Marvel Cinematic Universe right now? Well,
Chapter 5, or I don't remember what they called each of the iterations, but
phases.
Are we starting phase 5 or was it phase 4?
So we were starting phase 4.
Okay.
With the end of Avengers, with Spider-Man, actually. That was no. Phase 3 ended with Spider-Man.
Okay.
And then the multiverse saga. Oh, Hidden Nature says, yawn, evening, gentlemen. Hello, punchers. Hello, darling. Phase 4 started with Black Widow, which...
Oh, wow, that was a while ago.
Yeah, that was 21. But Phase 4, and this is the weird thing about Phase 4. Black Widow came out after Avengers Endgame, which we know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel it should be part of Phase 4. It should be technically part of Phase 3. Because of where it takes place. It takes place between Infinity War. Well, no, not even Infinity War. It takes place between Civil War and Infinity War. So it goes hand in hand, you know? During the Phase 4 of movies, yes, that's a different story. You know, you had Black Widow, then you had Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Then Eternals.
Which I just rewatched the other day.
You just rewatched it the other... See? Look, JT's doing his homework ahead of time. It's wonderful.
Well, it was purely by chance that it fell in there.
Then you had Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Thor Love and Thunder, and Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
Want to say hi to our good friend Carol from up north in Canada. Great to have you with us tonight, Carol.
Always, yes. Come on in, have some fun with us. They brought out 4 movies in 2021. Which was way above what they usually bring out. Way above. Eternals, JT literally just watched it for the first time over the weekend.
Actually, second time today.
Second time today. So there you go. You watched it twice. Do you have any questions on that?
Because, not really.
Because Eternals, a lot of people don't like it.
It pretty much explained itself as you were going along.
Yeah. But with Eternals, it was not one of the biggest one.
Right.
And Hidden Nature forgot it was Avengers Night. Well, you shouldn't forget. We're on. We're back. It's Monday and Tuesday. Avenger Pretenders, Sully show tomorrow. You can still keep us on, and we'll bore you to death with all the geek stuff.
Right.
Eternals is considered one of the worst of the Marvel movies.
Really?
Yes. And the reason they consider it one of the worst of the movies, even though it did great at the box office, the storyline wasn't really the greatest.
See, I loved it. I loved the storyline, but I'm also one of those who loves to know the background of things. You know that from us talking about music and everything else.
Yep.
And this answered a lot of questions. I mean, I was always like, well, what the hell are the Eternals? What are the gods and Galactus and all this other crap, So it answered a lot of questions for me.
Sure, absolutely.
And it kept me invested the entire time.
And it also ties into some of the characters that we went over with What If in What If Season 3. So, you have a lot of different things going
and all that good stuff.
And Eternals also starts getting addressed in Captain America Brave New World.
Right.
And I've said this for many years, everything is connected. Yes. So far, Phase 4, Phase 5, and we are now mid Phase 6. Hasn't really been the greatest.
Okay.
It hasn't. It hasn't been the greatest. Now, with that being said, Thor Love and Thunder, the worst of all the Thor movies. Spider-Man No Way Home, phenomenal. And it was phenomenal.
And I'm actually going to agree with you on Thor.
Thor was like, woofy.
Yeah. That one kind of went a little bit off the rails.
I think with
when you look at
Thor,
all the other ones.
with Thor: Love and Thunder, the biggest issue I think with that was they were trying to make it like Thor Ragnarok, which is fine. But
They failed miserably.
But yes, they failed miserably, and they were pushing too many jokes down your throat.
Yeah.
And even Taika Waititi and Chris Hemsworth have both admitted that, like, where certain things failed when it came down to it. At least they own up to it. You know, not many people own up to stuff like that. But then you have the start of phase, with phase 4, you also have Loki happening. Both season 1 and season 2 are in the midst of phase 4 and phase 5.
Right.
Which Loki ties into all of this. All of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you can see shit's hitting the fan. The multiverse, and don't get me wrong, at the end of Loki season 2, and we went over this, Loki found his higher purpose. He was to be at the center of the timelines so they can all branch and they can all live together in harmony and nobody dies or gets purged or anything like that. The new TVA.
AVP.
The which one?
I said all thanks to the AVP.
TVA, but nice try.
TVA, yeah. Why did I say AVP? Why the hell did I say AVP? Where did I come up with that?
I don't know, but that was like a complete and total reversal. It was great.
If I would have said AVT, yeah.
Yeah,
I said
true.
AVP. That was close.
You added a different letter in there, and that's okay. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Clearly, they start exploring the multiverse more than what was happening in Spider-Man. So here we have the Eternals, and then we have Spider-Man. Spider-Man's already bringing in the multiverse because of the spell that Peter kept screwing up on Doctor Strange. Loki is already using himself as the tree of life for all of these different branches of the multiverse because he feels nobody should get, there shouldn't be just one timeline. Everybody should be able to exist. However, what they're not showing you, and I hope they touch upon this, is what is going to happen after. The multiverse is in shambles right now. Shambles. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Not the worst. Not the best. The Infinity Stones make an appearance in there. You just don't see them unless you're looking for them. Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Magnificent. Did you watch that one, by the way? Guardians 3?
No.
No? Has nothing to do with the multiverse, but it does let you know certain people will be back. When? No idea, but it's happening. The Marvels. Now, we went over Ms. Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
We thought it was pretty decent. Not the greatest, but decent.
It hit mid-range and score-wise.
Kamala Khan, great introduction. You know, some things were not the same. However, I'm hoping they correct things with that.
Right.
And instead of, you know, making her how she is now, they make her an Inhuman because she is an actual Inhuman, which failed miserably as a TV show but they brought back Black Bolt back in for Doctor Strange, which was amazing. And then we have Deadpool and Wolverine. Have you watched it yet?
Not going to either.
Oh, dude, you got to watch it. I know you don't like Deadpool, but you got to watch it just for Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds' screen chemistry together, because it's freaking awesome. It really is. But it also ties back to Loki, the X-Men movies, and what's happening in the multiverse right now. There's a lot of callbacks, a lot of fanfare, I guess you could say. Right?
Right.
And then we have Captain America Brave New World. We also have, what was it, Agatha All Along.
Mm-hmm.
We went over. Moon Knight. So we've got new characters being brought in. And I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing some of these in Avengers Doomsday or Avengers Secret Wars. Then, with the rest of Phase 5, we ended with the Thunderbolts, also known as the New Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch it?
Yes.
Okay. That ties into Fantastic Four, which also ties into the multiverse of everything going on.
Mm-hmm.
Because Phase 6 starts with the Fantastic Four. And you saw that. Right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm glad they brought Galactus in. I'm glad they're... Again, everything's the multiverse. I think it was a perfect way for them to do what they need to do. But then July is going to hit and we've got Spider-Man. But in between Fantastic Four, which was last July, they haven't had a new movie come out since last July.
Right.
We get to start off with Wonder Man. Now, for some people, they don't know who Wonder Man is, and that's okay.
I would be one of them.
And again, that's okay. Because Wonder Man obviously is a Marvel character. And he is an Avenger. He's also a very powerful Avenger. Okay?
From what I've seen in the previews, in the commercials and things like that.
Yep.
He does seem to be extremely powerful, but he doesn't seem to know just how powerful.
Correct.
So, that those are always an interesting storyline to me, like with Ms. Marvel.
Yep.
She didn't first, she figured out, oh shit, I have these powers.
Yes.
But I don't know how to use them. I don't know how strong I am. And it's neat to watch their progression.
Yes.
As they start finding these. I really like those kind of shows.
Yes.
If they do it right.
Agreed.
And that's the tricky part. With Ms. Marvel, they kind of walked the line between getting it right and just royally screwing it up.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
They leaned a little bit more towards getting it right.
Yeah.
But it was still kind of to put it in military terms, it was kind of a mild clusterfuck.
Yes. Yes.
Now,
if you think about it, where we are currently with the MCU, the Avengers are nowhere to be found. They're all earthbound or they're in space. They're not a unified team together. There's new leadership with Sam Wilson as Captain America. Everything that's going on from Brave New World, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we also have the mutant setup. Because ever since Disney bought 20th Century Fox, They now own all the rights to the film and the characters of the X-Men again, which is amazing. And we've already seen the mutants in Ms. Marvel. Because if you watch, Ms. Marvel, they mentioned the mutant genome, but we also, in the Marvels, the post-credit scene was, what's her name, on the Earth with the mutants. So we have that. Now, we also have Damage Control, Department of Damage Control. They're currently looking out for active mutants.
Right.
Which, again, Ms. Marvel, okay? She's still technically an Inhuman, but that's besides the point, okay? We're just going to keep... Now, cosmic-wise, and I say cosmic-wise, that would be the Eternals, Guardians of the Galaxy, the Nova Corps, all of those, okay? Guardians have kind of disbanded the original team. Rocket is the leader of the new teams. Peter Quill is back on Earth. Yay. It's with his grandfather. Catching up. That's what he wanted to do. So he's retired, but he's not. Okay?
Right.
Now with the multiverse, because that all gets connected together, again, Loki season 2, Deadpool and Wolverine, the multiverse is on the brink. And I mean on the brink. It's unstable. It's going to blow. Loki is doing what he needs to do, but there's going to be issues. We also have Agatha, who is now technically dead. Technically dead. She's a spirit now. And we have Doctor Strange. I mean, Doctor Strange is the one who's basically protecting the reality from other realities. So we've got things to worry about there. Okay? Shit's gonna hit the fan. Which is where the Fantastic Four come in. The X-Men come in. And the Avengers come in. But that'll be later. Wonder Man fits in between. Now, Wonder Man is an actor. He's an actor. But he was also created in 1964. Okay?
Right.
However, he technically died in that issue when he debuted.
Technically.
Yeah. They didn't bring him back until like 4 or 5 years later. But they saved him. They saved his brain, and they did a whole bunch of things. And I'm hoping that things change and they bring back a certain actor to play a certain character that we had already seen before, including in Quantumania, Kang the Conqueror. Because him and Wonder Man, they had they have a history. They really do. They have a history. But you see, Simon Williams, and I'm a little torn on this one only because of the race swap, but I'm going to overlook it.
For now.
I'm going to overlook it because I overlooked it with Nick Fury and other people, and that's okay. He's technically a competitor to Tony Stark. Well, his father is anyway. So he comes from this, big rich family like Tony does. But Some of the dealings that he has is questionable because if you think about it, he does like the whole under the table thing, trying to embezzle money, so on and so forth. But he's also an actor. But they didn't bring that in until like later. This series of Wonder Man, he does play an actor. And he meets a very familiar face, which is going to be great. Because I love that Ben Kingsley keeps reprising his role as Trevor Slattery. Because the last time we saw him was in Shang-Chi. I thought that was great. I really do. I thought it was great. I can't wait to see what they do. I can't wait to see how they're going to show his powers. Now, Wonder Man's powers. And this is where he's died a couple of times because of his powers. Superhuman strength, speed, agility, stamina, reflexes. He can also turn his body into ionic energy. He's got enhanced vision, hearing. He can manipulate electromagnetic pulses. He can manipulate ionic energy as well. He can use that energy, kind of like Black Panther can, and use it as a force to be reckoned with. He's virtually invulnerable. He can sustain himself. He can recycle his own power. He can change in size, whether it's big or small. He has a healing factor like Wolverine. He can shapeshift, teleport. He is immortal, and he can fly. And the only reason why I say he's immortal is because they have killed him off numerous times, and he just keeps coming back. He's been a part of the Avengers. He's been a part of the West Coast Avengers, which I really hope they bring in. He's been a part of the Defenders, ForceWorks, S.H.I.E.L.D., the Lethal Legion, Masters of Evil, because he was technically a bad guy at one point in time, Legion of the Unliving, Marvel Zombies, and the Revengers. That's right, the Revengers. It is a real team. And we'll go from there. So I'm looking forward to seeing exactly what they're going to do and how Wonder Man is going to keep us hooked until July when Spider-Man comes out. I'm also hoping that they tie it to Spider-Man in some way, shape, or form.
Right.
You know? Now, in this series, both Simon and Trevor are struggling actors. And they are trying to earn roles in the remake of the superhero film Wonder Man. Now, they don't have this on here, but an Easter egg in Guardians of the Galaxy, I think 2. I think. Let me just double check this here. Yes. So, for Guardians of the Galaxy 2, it was cut. This was cut. Nathan Fillion. Yes, that Nathan Fillion of Firefly and Serenity and The Rookie. He was supposed to play Wonder Man as Simon Williams with a movie poster. movie took place. However, James Gunn admitted that he was just clowning around and never put it in. But it is out there. It is out there. They shot it, and then they got rid of it. I think that was more of a prank from James Gunn than anything.
Right.
Because Nathan Fillion was in Guardians of the Galaxy 1, 2, and 3. He just didn't play Wonder Man.
Just ended up on the cutting room floor.
Well, no. So in Guardians 1, he was the big alien that Groot picked up by his nose in the prison.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Nathan Fillion did the voice for him. In Guardians 2, he was supposed to be Wonder Man. And then in Guardians 3, he's an actual character. He's a security character in one of the places that they're trying to infiltrate.
Right.
And then they just cut it out of 2, which perfectly fine. It happens. So we know there was some type of movie of Wonder Man with Simon Williams as Wonder Man. So I think they're taking that preference, that cameo, that one tiny idea, and going, right. You know what? In the world of Hollywood today, let's remake a movie. Because that's happened so many times, it's not even funny. And then you throw Ben Kingsley's Trevor Slattery into the mix. Now we got a buddy cop film, at least. A buddy cop / comedy film or TV show. Now, they don't have any other details other than that's what they're trying to do. So I have a feeling that, and God, I'm really hoping that this is funny because they got some pretty good writers for this.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Actually, so Andrew Guest wrote 4 and a half episodes, we'll say. 4.5 episodes. Paul Welsh, Madeline Walter, Zeke Nicholas, Anyat Fakri, and Kira Talise. We got 2 more. Roha Gashtili. I hope I pronounced that right. And Julia Lerman. Those
they'll come after you if they didn't.
Right. But the interesting part is each episode is directed by one director, but they did 2 episodes in a row. So like episode 1 and 2 are directed and written by the same person. 3 and 4 directed by the same person, multiple writers for 3 and 4. 5 and 6, another director. 7 and 8, another director. So I'm liking what they did because I have a feeling this was originally only supposed to be 4 episodes, an hour long each, which would make sense. And they just broke it up into 30 minute, maybe 40-minute episodes. Not sure.
Shortest episode is 23 minutes. The longest episode is 34 minutes. Total runtime 4 hours and 13 minutes for all 8 episodes.
There you go. So we may be able to do 2 episodes a week.
Yes.
Maybe. We're not going to rush this because
right.
We want to also, have time between Wonder Man and the new Star Wars show, which both JT
at least
and I
one week would be nice.
which JT and I are very excited for, by the way. Yay, Star Wars! But there's the interesting thing is they go into a deep history on Trevor Slattery more than they do Simon Williams in this. which is interesting. And don't get me wrong, I get it. He's been around longer. He's been around since Iron Man 3. Which, I don't know, to me, I still think Ben Kingsley should be the bad guy. I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there. He should be the bad guy, you know?
Mm.
I'm like, he should be. He pulled it off so well. And then they threw a curveball and made him an actor. I'm an actor. It's not real. It's not real. It's not real, I tell you. But in this case, it is. So, my question for you, JT, is you're going in blind on this, not really knowing a lot about Wonder Man.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any questions about the character?
Well, I'm reading through some of the page that you sent to me.
Uh-huh.
And as I'm reading through this, I am finding that Wonder Man
Yes.
is a very complicated character.
He really is.
And I'll tell you why. I want to read a small segment here. Wonder Man remains in suspended animation.
I'm going to clip that one.
Trying to get it all out of the way tonight so I don't have to worry about it tomorrow.
Right.
Try that again. Wonder Man remains in suspended animation for years, and it is during this time period, and this is where I find it to become very, very interesting about this character.
Uh-huh.
It's during this time period that Ultron, the evil robot,
yes, Ultron.
The evil robot created by Hank Pym.
What a dick.
Steals his recorded brain patterns for use as a template for the synthezoid Vision.
Yes.
Additionally, Wonder Man is briefly revived by Kang the Conqueror to battle the Avengers as part of his Legion of the Unliving.
Yes.
And later resurrected
Mm-hmm.
as a zombie by Black Talon and the Grim Reaper to attack the Avengers again.
Brains.
Wonder Man is finally restored to life by the living laser and joins the Avengers in a full-time capacity. And it is later revealed to have become a being of ionic energy.
Yeah, he's like, whoa.
Now, just that little paragraph there, just those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines,
He's had a rough life, okay?
makes me look at this character like, holy crap, dude, you have been through the crapper and back a couple of times.
Yeah.
He took a ride on Bunky's truck many times.
Yeah. The problem is that eventually he got like cocky and arrogant and all that good stuff. But yeah, no one can really beat him.
Yeah, I mean, because I looked up what ionic energy is.
Uh-huh.
So I got a little bit of an answer there.
Science lesson.
Right. Well, you're not going to get it from me. But it's just, this character is a lot more complicated than than he appears to be in what we've seen so far.
Yep.
Like the previews and the commercials and all that stuff. So, just reading that little paragraph has honestly not really raised any questions. Those will come from the episodes.
Yes.
But it has raised my expectations for this total of 4 hour and 13-minute show.
It's going to be interesting, to say the least. Now, mind you, in the comics...
He does things like helping to form the West Coast Avengers.
Mm-hmm. But in the comics, he has died so many times.
It does mention that here too.
Like, I want to do a Google search. Hold on a minute here.
How many times has Wonder Man died?
Has
I mean, he
Wonder
gets in a freaking brutal battle with Abomination.
Yes.
I mean, come on.
Okay, so from 1964 to 1994, he has died 3 to 5 times with just that. However, there are many other different sources that say his deaths are being a frequently running theme throughout his history. And he's also known for dying in his very first appearance and dying multiple times afterwards. Key deaths.
Dude's not a good fighter.
No. Key notable deaths. Baron Zemo killed him in Avengers number 9.
Oh, jeez.
You have the coma period, 68 and 76. His ionic body was in a comatose / dead state, and they used his brain patterns for vision, which is what you just mentioned, and Kang revived him. Then you have Force Works number 1. He was seemingly atomized / dispersed while trying to save Earth from a Kree ship, and then the Scarlet Witch later resurrected him.
Yep, I just read that too.
He in the Silver and Bronze ages of comics, he has been known to die or be offed multiple times in the presence of the Avengers. So basically,
and they still want to die. Go figure that out.
So basically, the guy can't die. It's real.
I mean, he can die, but he's going to come back to life.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's gonna pull a Mario, you know.
Yeah, at least, because, oof.
I mean, he's a very complicated character, which he doesn't seem to be. Like I said, you know, in the commercials and stuff, he seems to be simple.
Yes. A normal guy.
You know, just from what you see in the commercials and stuff, he seems to be a very simple-minded guy, you know, he's trying to make it.
Okay, here you go. In 2014.
It's a lot more complicated than that.
Oh, yeah. In 2014, Rogue from the X-Men absorbed his entire essence and personality along with his powers, killing him.
Oh.
In West Coast Avengers number 2, he sacrificed himself alongside teammates to save the Avengers.
Damn.
In the Korvac saga, he died during the massive battle against the cosmic entity Korvac, though he was later resurrected along with other fallen heroes. Oh my God. I need to know how many times he's died.
He basically sounds like a character who is unlucky enough to have regenerational abilities.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's got the healing factor and he's ionic energy. So,
and he probably after the third or fourth time he died, he was probably wishing that he could just stay dead.
Right?
I know I would be. But I mean, it like I said, it does make it a little more interesting to me.
I'm asking one of my Marvel go-tos, also known as my dad, and I just wrote to him, all right, off the top of your head, how many times has Wonder Man died? So let's see what he says pertaining to that. I mean, he's gone up against guys like Hercules, Norman Osborn, Thor, the Hulk,
Abomination,
Red Hulk, Sunfire. I just think it's amazing that Rogue absorbed him to give her the power to oppose a Celestial. So, okay. Right. Yikes. Don't mess with Rogue.
Well, it actually says he allowed Rogue to absorb him.
Yes. You can do it, Rogue. And she did. Let's see.
He's generally considered to be functionally immortal, as his ionic form allows him to reform even after being destroyed.
Yeah. Oh, he's good at hand-to-hand combat. That's always a good thing to have.
Right.
And I have a feeling we are not going to see any of this in this series.
Probably not.
I would love to say
you never know. We don't know what's going to happen. So,
I think he should be like one of those. He's trying out for this role for the remake of Wonder Man, right?
Right.
And that's when his powers start to develop and just shit hits the fan. Like how did this hole get in the wall? I don't know. All I did was touch it or you know, something along those those lines. To go off of his other powers, he can grow taller than Goliath. And he can also morph his hand into a sickle or transform into a more demonic semblance.
Nice. So I'm looking at the accolades section here. As far as, to me, that it says a lot about how important he is as a character in the MCU.
Yep. There you go. Here's the answer.
2012, IGN ranked Wonder Man 38th in their top 50 Avengers.
Nice.
Entertainment Weekly ranked him 78th in their Let's Rank Every Avenger Ever list.
That's a lot of Avengers, by the way.
Yes. Gizmodo ranked him 25th in their Every Member of the Avengers list.
All right, not bad. Still in the top 30.
Screen Rant ranked him 7th in their 20 most powerful members of the Avengers list, and 13th in their 15 physically strongest superheroes.
I can see that.
Comic Book Resources ranked him 15th in their the 15 most overpowered Avengers list. They ranked him 12th in their 25 most powerful Avengers list. 7th in their 10 strongest male Avengers list.
Mm-hmm.
And 7th in their 10 characters Baron Zemo created in the comics list.
All right. Now,
Newsarama
go ahead.
listed him 15th in their best Avengers members of all time list. I got two more. Screen Rant ranked him 4th in their 9 strongest West Coast Avengers list and included him in their 10 most powerful Avengers in the Marvel Comics list. And CBR ranked him 9th in their 10 most iconic Avengers who aren't Iron Man, Captain America, or Thor list.
All right. According to my father, the Marvel aficionado, and I quote, I think he only actually died in his first appearance. The rest are all based on his ions reforming. I tell you, I can't stump this man when it comes to Marvel Comics. I have tried, and I fail miserably. It's just bad. Like,
it's nice that you can't. It's nice to know there's somebody out there that you can't stump.
I tried.
I mean, I'm an easy target. I mean, come on, I'm not even an easy target. I'm just, you look at me and I blow up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he is I learned all I can from him when it comes to Marvel. So I'm not gonna,
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
I do keep trying, and it just doesn't work all the time.
So, Sully, let me ask you this.
Yes.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being lowest, 10 being highest, what are your thoughts on this series?
Prelim?
What is your expectation? Do you have a high expectation? Do you have a low expectation? Are you somewhere in between? Where, knowing your knowledge and everything, where are you at when it comes to Wonder Man?
I'm kind of in between, and the only reason why I'm in between is because they haven't released enough of what the actual show is about, and I'm okay with that. I am. I'm absolutely 100% okay with that.
Right.
I don't know where they're going with it, but wherever they are going with it, I hope it ties into what's happening with the movies.
Right.
Not just a standalone thing, because Wonder Man would be a formidable hero to have during Doomsday or Secret Wars. So I'm right in the middle. I'm at a 3 right now, only because I like the concept of what they're saying it's going to be about.
Right.
But I want to know more. I want to see where we go from there.
Right. I got you. Okay.
What about you?
Initially, until reading some of the stuff that I read tonight, initially I was like a 1 or a 2 because I really don't know anything about the guy, about the character, and that kind of thing. And I've learned a little bit more tonight. And it has actually raised my enthusiasm to about a 5.
All right.
I mean, looking at his history, and like I said, just reading that one paragraph, I was like, holy crap, this is a highly complicated character.
Yes.
This is a character who has been through some shit before we even get introduced to him.
Yeah.
So, I'm at about a 5, but that's a redneck 5, which would probably be about a 2.5 or a 3 on your scale.
No, well, yeah. But you got to remember,
we know there's a difference.
You're the outside source. You're the outsider looking in, going, "Oh, you wouldn't be watching these if I didn't make you."
Probably not. Probably not. Some of them I would.
Yes,
some of them I would.
Agatha all along was great.
That I wouldn't have.
We loved Agatha all along.
Mm-hmm.
Falcon and Winter Soldier, that was your big one. You loved that one.
That's my top Avengers MCU. And believe it or not, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse.
Oh, that was great, wasn't it?
Is actually my number 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse was wild.
Nice.
But I never got lost.
No.
It's too easy to get lost in that movie.
Yes.
Way too easy. I mean, you can get like that and you're gone. You're like, what in the hell is going on?
Yeah, no, you have to pay attention to that 100% from start to finish.
Yeah, luckily, before then I knew who Doctor Strange was, what he was about.
Yep.
And that kind of thing, through What If and, the other things that we had seen him in before that. Yes. So that helped.
Yes.
But it still would have been real easy for me to get lost. But I didn't. So, I really enjoyed that movie.
Which is going to be good.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah. So,
This is an interesting thing because I just looked this up. So Phase 6. Obviously, Wonder Man falls in Phase 6.
Okay.
It started last July with Fantastic Four. Spider-Man Brand New Day and Wonder Man are all a part of Phase 6. Avengers Doomsday comes out in December of this year.
Okay.
Avengers Secret Wars comes out the following year, December 2027. But now here's the thing. On the film slate so far, they have Black Panther 3 being released in 2028.
Oh, geez.
So that's
are you pulling an Avatar here or what? Holy crap.
Well, they're filming both of those at the same time. Doomsday. So Spider-Man and Doomsday are both in post-production, and Secret Wars is being filmed. Or they're supposed to start filming this year, I think. So we're getting there. We're getting closer. Okay?
Okay.
Armor Wars, which was supposed to come out like 6 years ago, is now on the slate as a movie. Blade is on the slate as a movie. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings sequel is on that plate. And an untitled X-Men film.
Ooh.
All in development.
Nice.
So the question becomes, are any of those, aside from Black Panther 3, going to fall into Phase 6? To me, I would have an X-Men film for after Doomsday, so you can squeeze it in as part of Phase 6.
It's been a while for the X-Men. They got to get them back in there.
And well, they will now that Marvel owns them.
Yeah.
So this will be interesting to see where they go from here. Especially since Deadpool does not like what's going on with the multiverse right now. He really doesn't.
Well, there's not much that Deadpool does like.
Deadpool, as a matter of fact, in Deadpool and Wolverine, he just said, it's miss after miss. Actually, here you go. I think it's this one. Nope. That's the wrong video. I had a good video for it. And it's gone. Yep. I can't find it. I'll have to find it later. Oh, here it is. Here we go. Let me just unmute it.
Deadpool Prime here. Our fight isn't with
Hey,
you.
when I want your opinion, I'll take Wolverine's dick out of your mouth.
That's Kidpool. She's the dirtiest. Can we just be done?
Ooh, we're just getting started.
No. With the whole multiverse thing. It's not great.
It's not great.
It's just been miss after miss after miss. Look, the Wizard of Oz did the multiverse first, and they did it best. The gays knew it, but we didn't listen. Let's just take the L and move on. I think it's been steadily great since Endgame.
What are you talking about? The
Steadily great since Endgame. No.
multiverse is over.
Sandy gonna destroy the fuck.
It's just no. It really hasn't. But I highly recommend Deadpool and Wolverine. I know you don't like it. I know you don't like Deadpool.
Yeah.
But you'll like that one. That one I promise you'll like. You don't have to watch the others. Just watch that one. You'll be good. I promise. But
I'll think about it.
I know you will. But Wonder Man comes out tomorrow.
Yes.
All 8 episodes tomorrow. We will be doing 1, maybe 2 a week. So next Monday, we'll be going over at least episode 1, maybe episode 2. we'll see how the episode is. And make sure that you all join us next week for the overview and the breakdown and questions that JT might have or I might have, some that you might have as well. And as always, join us on Tuesday for the Sully Show, because it's going to be great. So for the redneck, there he is. Look at that. He's smiling. He's also hurting from all the snow shoveling and everything.
Yeah.
We all are, actually. I am the geek, Sully. We will be live next week for Avenger Pretenders. Please join us. Watch the episodes. Trust me, watch the episodes. Be a part of the conversation. And we will see you guys next week for Avenger Pretenders and Tuesday for the Sully Show. Have a great night, everybody. And as always, Thanos was right.